Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. I want to say I'm sorry about yesterday, but I was under the weather. Had to take some kind of time off. Where should I begin? In the next pretty much 5, 6 days, we are going to be experiencing energies that it's going to ask us to make some choices. Okay. There's going to be a lot of triggers, a lot of energies that is going to be asking for so many things. With those energies that we are going to be dealing in the next pretty much a week, I would say, there. Now we're going to be asking for the soul to find a solution. Take some one pieces of those energies and run with it until you resolve it and you go to the next one. Otherwise, with all these things, when he's trying to get in it as more as we go in there, we are going to have a lot of challenges within our own self. Particularly, we are talking about the deep need with transformations and the growth within the masculine energies, first of all. Then we are talking about this particular understanding of the wisdom that we need to do. If you go back like a month and a half to when Mars was retrograde, and then we had these divine energies with Saturn in there, this trine with Saturn, I'm sorry, he was learning. And we were talking about this ending of the Leo, pointing to the first degrees of Virgo divine energies. And that's what Mars is going to be taking it out. Because we have this Pluto sextiling Saturn, but there is this yacht that points towards Mars. So that point in there, it's going to be, are we are going to be continue doing this age of Pisces again and again and again and the same thing. A lot of this energies is going to be connecting particularly with this interchange of these divine energies. We are going to see in it that Mars is going to be very active with authority and trying to grow in there. But what are you going to grow there? Are you going to be growing the things that you need to do and create a happy ever after? Or you are actually you going to be missing the chances and a lack of communications because of past wounds. So here is a lot of the challenges that's going to come to us in the next week. There's going to be some lots of choices to be made in there. But what you need to focus first within yourself is what you are seeing at first. In the morning, we are going to be seeing it that Mercury is going to be rising. A lot of communications requirement is going to be needed. What are you going to talk? How are you going to talk? Be mindful about the work relationships, particularly energies, because if you're acting of those energies of unhealed wounds, they're going to be reflecting to your work, and from the work, it spreads up to everybody, right? At work, it's like a family. Yes, at work, you spend more time than you spend at home. If you put in that perspective, 8 hours at work and you're spending 5 hours at home. So where is your time goes? So a lot of the energy of that's going to be the conflict. That's going to be the something he hasn't been grown, something haven't been there in the proper positions. It's coming in from Saturn with squaring Jupiter and the Sun. Some lessons has to be learned over and over, and when the new lessons beginning, we make a mistakes, and then guess what? We're going to go back and revise this. And that's what's going to happen when Saturn is going to be going retrograde. You're going to feel these energies of making a mistake. Be mindful about that little voice inside of you that asking you for those mistakes in there. That's not going to coming from your soul. Just so you know, it's not going to come from your soul. Okay, it's going to come from the lower vibrations energies within yourself. All right, going back forward at 10 o'clock, we're going to have some Mars coming out in the ascendant. That can intensify a lot of the work towards the masculine energies. We're going to be seeing it that this is going to be the square with the moon and Uranus. As the moon, it's already moved into Gemini with Uranus. Those sudden changes that is going to be required and triggered. And the sudden changes, of course, the intuition doesn't like them, right? Nobody likes when all of a sudden your life have to be changed, your life have to be shifted, and you gotta be making choices. How you're gonna be acting, reacting in this, and so on. So there's gonna be a lot of testing for the humanity that it's gonna be coming in our way, particularly with this Mars that it's coming into us. Big trigger that is going to come in into at 1 o'clock. That is going to be some challenging everything that pretty much you feel within you and what you are the authority. You need to understand that the currently moments with the authority is like this is my kingdom come and this is my word in here. And it's going to be done the way I want it and no other way, right? That's kind of like set you to a failure right away in there because there will be no balance. Since the Sun and Jupiter, they're going to be squaring what? Squaring the first degrees of Libra, which is that's what the ascendant is. No balance, no peace, no prosperity, right? We're talking about all the contracts and everything that goes on. It's happening where? Under Libra. So that energy is going to be asking to looking of proper work to be done. Or what kind of work we are talking about though? Or what kind of situations that you're going to be ending up. We're going to see it at 4 o'clock. Okay, that energy at 4 o'clock, the dark moon Lilith is going to come out in the event horizon, and it's going to show up. It's kind of like energies of restrictions, of kind of like limitations, controls, manipulations. However, it's in your own case in there, and we're going to be seeing it that particularly those energies are coming and out. You to see them, you to understand them, but don't act on them. Turn yourself 180 degrees, transform, change, right? So that kind of like energies is going to be asking for so many questions. Who's going to answer it? Your actions. You're going to be put in a positions and the places you to act upon it because midheaven it's going to be with Mars at 5 p.m. And now you're going to be asking what you're going to do with all this, how you're going to be acting on all this, how you're going to be reacting on all this. And the challenge is beginning to be more, okay, I can act like this, but then this, and this is happen. I can act like that, but then this, and happen. Then I can act this, but then that's going to lead to this. Here is when you need to kind of like calm down, go in a meditative state in there, zip at everything and everybody within you. Dive deep within yourself, find your inner peace, and let the inner peace lead you up front. Because it's too much. Okay? When we are talking about sometimes too much, it's too much. Too much pressures that's gonna be putting towards us. That pressure is gonna be felt pretty much at 7 p.m. Since the midheaven is gonna be exactly at that point of the first degrees of Libra. That is going to be this imbalance that it's going to be in there. The ascendant is going to be at Sag, that's going to be opposing the moon and Uranus. The moon is squaring Mars, right? The emotions is going to be high. It's going to be like put this intensified pressure, even though that Mars already have enough pressure from Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune. Is to resolve these transitions, these processes within the soul, within the spirit. It's like, isn't that too much? Well, do we have to go to this too much? We did to ourselves? Have we not finished a certain job in there? And so on. Go back 100 years ago. And 100 years ago, there was a lot of spirituality that came in, is trying to change the world. Is the world changed spiritual? No, it didn't. So now we really have to do some work that has not been done for the past century. A lot of the divine energies, they're going to come into play at 8 o'clock. You're going to be feeling it, but they're going to be asking for, like, come on, you need to find resolutions, talk to it. Okay? We are going to have these energies of the Sun and Jupiter with Pluto. Pluto is going into Mars. Mars is going to Saturn and Neptune. The energies, the true Lilith is going to be playing a lot with that because the truth is going to coming out within. Too many things to happen as a process. There's some of you who are tuned up, some of you who are lined up within the energies. You're going to be able to go like this quickly, faster. And you're going to be amazing with how fast can you process things, right? Because you go with the flow, easy way. You've been there, you've done that, you know how it is, you know how to practice it, right? For the people though who hasn't been in there, it's going to be asking, come on, you can awaken, you can open, you can look at it with your soul, you can feel the things, you can get in there. Do not act on the fear, okay? You can go, you can feel the fear, but you can still keep going forward because the fear, it's what? The limitations of progress. Oh, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, and so on and so on. And that is one of the limits that we're going to be seeing it that it comes in, and particularly when it comes in to the part of Saturn and Neptune coming together. Because in a positive way, they're going to, like, let me just giving you a little test of what it's coming up in the proper way and give you this little bit sample in there of these restrictions, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I cannot do this, and you'll close itself down because Saturn is going to be turning the coins up and it's going to be here. I'm going to give you why I'm restricting you. You're not ready. And now you think that everyone has to be ready, everyone is the teacher, is the master, and so on and so on, and you find out that you actually are not ready. And when you find that energies, that's going to be trigger what? Mars to seeking for its divine energies above and beyond of what he has been learning as a masculine energies. So that energy is going to be continue a lot. I mean, if you want to see a chart here, that's what is going on. Too much is too much. A lot of aspects are in there. A lot of fingers of God is in there. A lot of it's going on. A lot of testis is going to be put it onto it. A lot of attentions to be brought in. All comes in at the same time. So you may gonna feel like overloaded. It's like information overload, right, from within. But that information overload in there, if you chunk it, the information's pieces, and you take it little by little, you're gonna be able to process it. Okay, you're thinking about like pizza. Okay, one bite at a time. You cannot just get the whole pizza and trying to eat it, right? It ain't gonna happen. So this is what it is about these processes. We are going to have like a whole week. So imagine that you have whole week to eat from this big pizza, okay? It's not about, the sudden you have to eat the whole thing for one day. No, take the time, breaking the things in pieces. And that energy of transformation is going to be really coming into us at 11 o'clock p.m. Because that is going to be the hour of the Pluto. Pluto is going to be rising on the event horizon. It's going to comes in. It's going to showing up the things in there. Yes, a lot of the people don't want to talk about transformations. A lot of people don't want to change. Good, great. They don't change. They don't evolve. They don't transitions. They're not changed. And guess what? The universe says like, okay, go repeat the lessons over and over, right? But for those who hasn't been changed in there, those who hasn't find the truth from within itself, they know who you are. That's going to be unblocking the energies of Saturn, because Lilith, the true Lilith that is at the beginning of a Sag, is going to be trining Saturn and Neptune. The truth will set you free. But how many people is going to be leading it to the truth that will set them free? Are you going to believe in the proper ways and the proper visions and the things that comes in your way? Or you're going to put your own visions in there, you're going to put your authority in there, and the Pluto is going to be like, what are we talking about here? You keep repeating the same thing, you keep doing it the same thing. That is called insanity. So this is what you're going to feel. A lot of intensified. You're probably not going to sleep very well because the energies are too strong. Okay? So what I'm suggesting you before you go to bed, empty out your mind. When you wake up in the morning, you will deal with the things the way you're going to be coming and rising to it. And since that energy is going to be coming to us, I'm going to give you how the morning is going to be looking at tomorrow. It's going to be looking pretty much the same way, because we are going to have a Mercury rising, right? For certain transformations, you don't want to talk about it. For certain changes, you don't want to talk about it, because guess what? They remind you about a pain, self-inflicted pain from within you, but you don't want to talk about those visions. You don't want to talk about these restrictions. You don't want to go ahead and resolve these changes. And you're looking at what? The truth. And this is going to be the challenges for the next pretty much the whole week. All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Too much appreciate you guys. Thank you for the click, the like, the shares, and the subscribes. And come back tomorrow for another astro gravitational report. Much love to you guys.